Yo, B, they ready. Let's go.
Feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling myself.
Hey everyone, it's Branda and I am back with another video. So as you can see, if you've fallen across any of my other videos, I have a little extra hair in at the moment. So I got Marley Twists. So I figured I'd come on here and talk about what type of hair I use, how I maintain them, how long I keep them in, how they're put in, all that good stuff. So why not just get started? So the first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the hair I use. So I use the Noir, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's Janet collection. I used color 2, and it says Noir Afro Twist Braid. It doesn't say Marley hair on the package, so it is a little thinner, but it does say it's good for twists, and it says Afro Twist and all that other good stuff. So it worked just as good as the Marley hair. I have used Marley hair before. I've also used like the softer connect-a-lawn hair, and that was no good. It was way too heavy. This one is a little slightly bit heavier than something, I can't remember which one I used the last time, but it did say Marley hair on the package. And if I can remember it, I'll try to link it somewhere. But Marley hair is usually lighter than just like connect-a-lawn hair, so that's the one I try to go for when I get these twists. I haven't gotten them since I first did my big chop, and oh, a little fuzzy's coming out. That needs to be fixed. But yes, so I haven't done twists since I first did my big chop. That's like, it was like after the first couple of weeks of me doing it, and I just was like, maybe I should, get used to this. So, but yes, this is the hair I used, the Noir Janet collection number 2. Last time I got my twist, I used 2 and 4. Like the colors 2 and 4, but my hair, since I cut it off, is weird because it's not as brown as it was before. I don't know if it was because of the perm, but I think it's a summer thing and a sun situation that my hair gets lighter in, because it is starting to lighten up now that it's technically summer, even though Boston needs to get its weather together, and it is starting to lighten up because the sun's been out a little more. So the 2 was better than the 1, of course, because it's like a dark brown. But I feel like by the end of the summer, I'll probably be using a 2 and 4 again if I got this hairstyle again. This is what it actually looks like. The hair had an extra piece left over from the 6-packs. So as you can see, it's a little thinner than Marley hair. I did like pull it out so it's not just in the strand. They do come packaged like Marley hair where you can use just the pieces. And like I said, it's just a little thinner. As you can see, it's not as like super thick as the Marley hair. And I did dip them in hot water. My friend did them for me. The ends are a little straggly and it's a little longer than I usually keep them, but I think I'm just going to keep them that long. I'm going to show you how long it actually is. Falls to about past my waist or so. There's a butt line. She dipped them in hot water in the end. It took a few hours to do. Usually I feel like it could take a shorter time, but it took us a while, and we stopped and ate and did stuff, and it took longer than it probably should have, but whatever, it's done. I usually keep my twists in for about 2 weeks because I get really over them by the end of that time. The very, very first time I got them was back in November 2014, which is not that long ago, but long ago. I only kept them in for a week, and I felt really bad but the hair I used was definitely too soft, and it was like slipping out kind of, and that was when I was still transitioning, so it just didn't work that well. So I only kept them in for a week. These will probably stay in for like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3, but that's kind of pushing it. But I do like them so far. So how I maintain them, what I usually do is mostly just kind of scalp things. So I have the whipped scalp therapy, and it smells minty. It's kind of like a minty whipped product. It's super thick. It's like super thick, and I just put it on my fingers and literally just rub it into my scalp probably every other day, not every day. But I use that on my scalp, like I said, and I also use the oil. on the actual hair for the most part. Right now I'm using the ORS Manoi Oil. Manoi Oil. It's the anti-breakage oil fusion, and it smells so good. It has this passion fruit in it, and I think it is a favorite at the moment. It says promotes healthy hair and scalp. So yeah, I just take it. It has a little dropper. And I just take it, put it on my hands, and kind of like rub it on the tops of my hair. Like I said, probably not every day, but every other day. Like, I've only had these for a couple of days now, so nothing too serious going on yet, even though I have this little fuzzy that needs to be fixed. What else? And every now and then I may spray them. Before I had another Carol's Daughter, I think it was the black vanilla one, but right now I'm just going to use the hair milk refresher spray that I use for my twist outs. Not a lot. I don't want it to get saturated or whatever. I just want it to be, you know, just a little refreshed. Nothing too serious. But mostly just the oils and the scalp therapy is what I use to maintain it. I'm only going to keep it in for 2 weeks or so, so I'm not going to wash them. I've never actually washed my twists because I don't keep them in that long. But I'm sure there are other videos on how to wash them if you needed to see them washed. So when she did it, she did the invisible, I don't know how this, is it the invisible method? But she didn't start it with a braid. She just did it the invisible way with the 2 strands and, you know, twist and go type of thing. I wish I could do it myself, but I feel like I'm not as coordinated, but I will learn eventually, so I don't have to get her to do it every time and torture her into taking long hours to do my hair. So, and we also realized that my hair is super thick. Something I knew already, but she didn't know that it was as thick as it was. Like I said, I have 6 packs in my head. They're not huge sized, but they're a decent little size. I think it was more twist than I actually expected it was going to be, but that's fine too. Edges. So how I slick down my edges, usually like they start to get a little fuzzy. I wish I was an edge control girl, but I'm not. Like, I just can't get with edge control. I feel like I'm the only one who does not seriously use edge control. I do have a couple. I have the Manoi Oil one from ORS that goes with the oil. But I just can't get with edge control. There's not one that I've actually tried. I just gave up trying them a long time ago. I just use Eco Styler Gel on everything, on my edges, and it works. And I take a scarf and tie it and just lay them down for a few minutes in the morning while I'm getting dressed, or at night. At night, how I sleep, I just sleep with, I can either put it in a bun and then tie the scarf around it, or for the past couple of nights, I've just tied my scarf the long way. I just make sure, usually you just do it in the triangle. The scarf's a little dirty, probably has makeup on it. Yeah, I just usually do it in the triangle, but instead of making it even, I make it uneven so it can cover a lot of hair at a time. So I usually bring the little triangle like all the way up and then tie it around, so all of this part will be covering most of my hair since it's long. That makes sense. Yeah, this is mostly how I style them for the most part. I usually just do the twist in the front, tie it in the back, and call it a day, or a bun if I feel like it. That probably won't happen till like next week, so they can get a little softer, you know, loosen up, so it'll be easier to put them up. Yeah, for the most part, I'm pretty basic with the styling. It's mostly this, or I'll do it in the middle and do them that way. So yes, I think that's most of what I do for these twists. I do like them. I think it's a great protective style, other than me doing my flat twist that I do at the end of every week, and I just was overdoing my hair for a little while. I just needed a little break. It's good to take a little break, switch it up, do something different. I don't know what protective style I would try next. This is just my usual go-to one. I just feel like I need a break from my hair. So I like them so far, and that is all. So I hope this is helpful. I hope I didn't ramble too much and you actually understood what I was saying, and just the new thing to try out if you want to try, just to give some information. Especially I like to see what kind of hair people use, so that's why I want to talk about the hair. Like this video if you thought it was helpful, subscribe and all of that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one.
Myself, I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my.
I'm with some hood girls looking back at it, and a good girl in my tax bracket. Got a black card and let sex have it. These Chanel bags is a bad habit. I do balls, down Mavericks. My Maybach, black matted. Bitch never left, but I'm back at it, and I'm feeling myself. Jack Rabbit, feeling myself. Back off, cause I'm feeling myself. Jack off. He be thinking about me when he wax off. Wax on? Wax on.